Hey, love, welcome back. I am so glad you're here today. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest questions we ask ourselves and one of the core themes of the Anna Simrixian show. And that's what is your purpose? We're going to be exploring what purpose really is and why we tend to overcomplicate it and how to actually feel aligned with it in your body, not just mentally, and what it means to embody the truth that the universe is hiring. That phrase, the universe is hiring, became the title of my best selling book because it's the belief that changed everything for me. It's the idea that your soul came here with an assignment and that life is always trying to activate you into becoming the version of you that can fulfill that assignment. If and only if you're willing to say yes. But here's the thing, you don't find purpose in a job title, although we try to do that all the time. You remember it in your being, in your body. And it's not something that you force, it's something that you can feel. You can feel the alignment of it. So let me take you back to the beginning of my journey with purpose. For as long as I can remember, I have been obsessed with the idea of purpose. Why are we here? What are we meant to do? What does it mean to live a meaningful life? These are questions I was constantly asking myself from a young age. But even though I was passionate about spirituality and metaphysics and numerology and energy healing, I kept most of that side of me hidden because I didn't feel safe to be fully seen. I was afraid I'd be judged, that people would think I was weird, that I'd be laughed at behind my back, or worse, fired from my job. I learned very quickly how to compartmentalize my life, to put on the I'm a professional mask at work while keeping the deepest parts of who I really was quiet and unseen. But over time, that hiding became virtually unbearable. There was one moment, a job interview for a new corporate position, where I made a different choice. For the first time in my life, I shared everything I was passionate about. I shared that I was into mindset and personal development and spirituality and numerology and transformation. I mean, I laid it all out on the table. And you want to know what happened? They hired me. And even more than that, they asked me to bring all of that into the role that they were hiring me for. And not only did I get the job, I was invited to host trainings and lead leadership conferences and teach mindset work and emotional intelligence, all the things that I absolutely love to do. I was able to create real impacts whilst still being myself and being authentic. That experience changed everything, and it didn't stop there. I knew I was meant to write a book. I had received an inspiration to write a book. But again, fear showed up as it does when we're doing something that's outside of our comfort zone. And I thought, what would people think? Would anyone read this book? Could I really share my whole self with the world? It felt very vulnerable, like standing naked in the middle of Times Square. But I couldn't shake the knowing in my heart that this was part of my purpose. So I did it anyway. I wrote The Universe is Hiring because I knew there were women just like me and men who were powerful and gifted and full of purpose, who just needed someone to say, hey, you are enough. You are ready. The universe wants to support you. Eventually, I did leave that corporate position, but not because I was unhappy or unfulfilled or unsatisfied, but because my purpose was just naturally expanding. I knew it was time for me to move forward and to share my work with more women, to step fully into the next evolution of my calling. And here's what I want you to take from that story. Your purpose is never something that you chase. It was never designed to be something that you chase. It's actually something that you uncover when you give yourself permission to actually be who you really are. We're taught that purpose is a job title. It's a career. It's a big aha moment of clarity. But in truth, your purpose, like everything else, is a frequency. And the frequency is built by how you're showing up. It's the energy that you're holding, it's the way that your presence makes people feel. You don't need a platform or a business or a 5-step plan to live your purpose. You just don't. You just need to start saying yes to what lights you up, to what fills you with joy, to what aligns, to what activates the most alive, powerful, loving version of you. Because your alignment is your purpose. And when you live from that place, doors will open almost magically. Opportunities will appear. The universe will meet you halfway. Your purpose wants you just as much as you want it. Now, I know one of the most common things I hear in my line of work is, but I don't know what my purpose is. If that's you, here's what I want you to do. Look at what lights you up. Start there. What makes you lose track of time when you do it? What topics do you never get tired of talking about? These interests are breadcrumbs, it's information. Also, look at where you've struggled the most, because oftentimes your pain points hold the keys to your purpose. What you've overcome is often what you're meant to guide others through. Ask yourself, where am I already showing up with purpose, even if it's not big or visible? Maybe it's how you're supporting your family or your friends, how you create beauty or art, how you speak life into others. And finally, start now, start anywhere, start any way that you can. Your purpose isn't a final destination. It's going to evolve with you. And as you grow, so will it. So trust the breadcrumbs. Trust that your joy will always lead you to the next step, and take the next step, even if it's small. Now let's talk about embodiment, because this is the part most people miss. You can have all the clarity in the world about your purpose, but if you're not embodying the energy of it, you're going to still feel stuck. You're going to still feel like you're not connected to it. That's why in my work, whether through mentoring or numerology or my programs, I focus so deeply on energetic alignment. Because here's the truth. Your purpose doesn't live in your mind. Your purpose is the domain of your heart. It lives in your body. Your heart knows. When you're out of alignment, you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel anxious and unsure, like you're forcing everything, like it's up to you to make it happen. But when you're in alignment, when you're embodied, you feel clear. You feel magnetic and powerful and lit up. This is why I teach women how to come back to their bodies, to regulate their nervous systems, to clear old emotional patterns, to reconnect with their soul's truth, because that's when the purpose path lights up. That's when it becomes so crystal clear you couldn't possibly miss it. Your soul already knows the way. I hope you heard that. Your soul already knows the way. You just have to remove what's blocking you from hearing it. So, what does it really mean that the universe is hiring? I love that name. It means that there is a divine intelligence, call it God, source, the universe, that wants to partner with you, that's been guiding you all along. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every desire, it's been preparing you for the role that your soul came here specifically to play. The question is, are you willing to show up for the interview? Are you willing to claim it? Are you willing to embody it? Because nobody else can embody your purpose for you. Because when you do, everything changes. If this episode spoke to your soul, I want to invite you to take the next step. If you haven't read The Universe is Hiring, this is a powerful place to start. You're going to find a step-by-step roadmap to activating and embodying your purpose so that you can become the magnetic, on fire, lit up individual who is in love with their life. You can find The Universe is Hiring anywhere you buy your books online and in select Barnes and Nobles. Always remember, you are not too much. You are perfectly positioned for your purpose. Talk to you next week, love.